So today I thought it would be interesting to walk you guys through how exactly I plan to become a millionaire by the age of 35 using my videography skills. So this was a photo of me back when I was 22 years old. Back then I had this mindset that in order to make it in life, all I needed to do was just work really hard. That the key to success in life was to go to university, get good grades, get a high-paying job, and then climb the corporate ladder for the next 40 years of my life. But I found myself wanting more. I wanted to find something that I was deeply passionate about, something that fired me up inside to become the very best version of myself that I could be. So in this video, I wanted to share with you guys the tips and frameworks that I've gained from reading a bunch of books and watching YouTube videos that have literally changed my life and my career trajectory. Now, my whole plan kind of came about back in 2018 when I watched this YouTube video by Dan Lok that absolutely changed my life. In the video, he describes a framework for getting wealthy called the wealth triangle. So let me explain this framework throughout the video using my own circumstances and how I've managed to apply it in my life. So the first part of the wealth triangle is to build a high income skill. A high income skill is essentially a skill set that allows you to earn $10,000 or more per month without needing a job. So it's a skill set that allows you to essentially add value directly to the marketplace in exchange for money. This is different from a high income job where you might still be able to earn $10,000 or more per month. But if you, for example, quit that job or you get fired from that job, you're no longer going to be able to earn that income. For example, back in 2019, I started learning videography. Now, at the start, I obviously wasn't getting paid anything for this skill because I was still a beginner. However, over the next 2 years, I managed to build a high income skill in corporate videography and wedding videography that allowed me to earn over $10,000 per month outside of my 9-to-5 job. Unlike a job where you can get fired or your role might be made redundant, once you learn a high income skill, that skill stays with you and no one can ever take that away from you. So some other examples of some high income skills might include, for example, copywriting, social media marketing, website design, and SEO. And the great thing about high income skills is once you learn one, you can then learn other ones, and it's also referred to as skill stacking. The more high income skills you can learn over time, the more valuable you become to the marketplace. And often once you learn one high income skill, it's much easier to learn another high income skill that might be in a related field. For example, I started learning how to create videos first, and then I stacked this skill with wedding photography because I was already very familiar with my camera settings, I had good composition, and I had all the necessary equipment to get started in that skill set. Over the next year, I'm hoping to add another high income skill to my repertoire, which is social media marketing, specifically how to run paid social media campaigns so that I can continue to add more value to our video production clients. So how do you actually go about building high income skills? Well, that's the tricky thing because these skills are not really taught at school or at university. But if I was to lay out a bit of a roadmap for you guys to follow to build your own high income skill, this is what I would do. First, I would find a high income skill that you are genuinely interested in. This is the most critical part because building a high income skill is not as easy as it sounds. It requires a lot of time, dedication, and practice to get to the point where the market actually recognizes the value you're able to provide. And so if you don't genuinely love what you're doing, you're going to give up way too quickly before you see any kind of results. For Jason and myself, we chose to learn videography as our high income skill because we love making videos. We love telling stories and making people feel something, and it would probably be something that we'd still be doing even if no one even paid us for it. As a result, at the beginning of our journey when no one was paying us to make videos or offering very small amounts of money for us to make videos for them, we didn't really care because we just loved making videos, and the fact that someone would even pay us even a little bit of money for it was just a bonus. We just focused on getting better and better and better, and over time the market started to realize the value we were able to provide with our skill set. Step 2 would be to find a mentor that has mastered this skill and learn from them. For us at the start of our journey, this involved watching a ton of YouTube videos from filmmakers and business people that we really looked up to, and then taking their courses and programs and applying it in our own life. For example, I remember back in 2021, we really wanted to start taking our videos up to the next level so that we could start charging more. So we bought Eric Thane's Cinema Mastery course so that we could learn cinematography. So that's step 1 of the wealth triangle. Build a high income skill. So the second part of the wealth triangle is to build a scalable business. So what is a scalable business? Well, a scalable business is essentially a business that can grow exponentially without needing more of your time. I have a high income skill in creating videos for companies and brands and also wedding films for couples. However, as one person, I only have 24 hours in one day and I can only take on a certain amount of projects per month. If I wanted to take on more projects per month, I'd have to give up more of my time. And so this business is not really scalable because in order to grow it, I'd have to keep putting more and more of my time in. And I only have 24 hours in a day. And this leans into the concept that I want to share with you guys called leverage, which is essentially where you create higher levels of output for the same level of effort. I came across this concept after reading this amazing book called The Almanac of Naval Ravikant, which talks about the 4 types of leverage. So the first type of leverage and the oldest form of leverage is labor. This is where you utilize other people's time and effort to create more output. As a videographer, I can only handle a certain amount of client projects per month before I start burning out. And so if I wanted to, for example, grow the business and take on more client projects per month, the only real way that I could do it would be to hire other people to help me do those jobs. The second type of leverage is money. This is where you're using either your own money or other people's money to make more money. So for example, when you go to the bank and you get a loan to buy an investment property that might increase in value over time and make you money, you are using the bank's money to make you more money. Now, these first 2 types of leverage, labor and money, is what the book refers to as permission-based leverage. In order to really access and utilize these forms of leverage, you need someone's permission. For labor, someone needs to actually be willing to follow you. Same thing for money. If you want to really utilize money, you need to either firstly have a large sum of money yourself, or you need someone's permission to give you their money for you to be able to utilize it to make more money. However, the next 2 types of leverage that the book talks about are referred to as permissionless leverage. So the third type of leverage is code, which includes things like websites, apps, and software programs. And the great thing about code is once it's written once, assuming it's written correctly, it can generate an output forever. This is how companies like Google, Airbnb, Facebook, and Uber are able to grow so exponentially and have massive reach across the globe. Code is a form of permissionless leverage because anyone with a computer can learn how to code and access this form of leverage. Finally, the 4th type of leverage that the book talks about is content. Content only needs to be produced once, and once it's distributed, it can be consumed by pretty much everyone around the world repeatedly without you needing to put in any extra effort. This is the reason why you see massive YouTubers like Mr. Beast earning absurd amounts of money. So looking at this on a much smaller scale in terms of our own life, we created this piece of content called How to Cook Chicken Breast 4 years ago back in 2018. It was one of the first videos we ever created and it's super embarrassing, so please don't click out of this video to go watch that video. Today, that video has over 800,000 views. And we haven't touched that video for about 4 years, but every month YouTube still pays us money for the views that video still continues to get up to this date. So now going back to my own wealth triangle, I've built this high income skill with videography, and now we kind of have 2 options when it comes to trying to build a scalable business. Option 1 would be to scale our video production business by taking on more projects and hiring more people to help us with those projects. This can definitely work, and I know a lot of video production businesses that have managed to scale by hiring more people and moving into bigger office spaces. However, as I mentioned before, this form of leverage where you're utilizing labor is a lot more unpredictable because you need someone else's permission to follow you. The second option is to build a scalable content business through this YouTube channel. Through this YouTube channel, we're hoping to build a platform that shares all the knowledge that we've gained throughout our journey in regards to filmmaking, self-development, and business that have absolutely changed our lives. And we're hoping that by sharing everything that we know and being as transparent as possible with our journey, that people who may be on a similar life path to us might watch it and be inspired to take action to change their lives as well. And so if you're getting some value out of this video and you feel like this channel can really help you long term going forward, please make sure you give it a like and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you in the community. And reading all the comments from you guys and the messages that you send us of how we've managed to impact your lives in a positive way is what keeps us going, especially when times have gotten tough and at times we've definitely felt like giving up on this YouTube channel. Your comments and your support have been what has kept us going. So thank you so much. And so from the bottom of our hearts, I just want to thank you guys so much for following us and supporting us on our journey so far. Businesses take a lot of time to be profitable. And so as a result, a lot of businesses out there fail because they run out of cash. By having a high income skill, that is essentially your safety net. That's the skills that allow you to generate cash and keep your business running. For example, at this moment in time, our YouTube channel is not making any money at all. However, because we have this high income skill that allows us to generate over $10,000 or more per month, our livelihoods are not dependent on this YouTube channel. The second benefit of the high income skill is that it provides your scalable business with the skills that it needs to succeed. Businesses often fail because the business owners themselves don't have the necessary skills to make it succeed. If you ever watch Shark Tank, you'll often see these people who think they have this brilliant business idea and they invest their whole life savings into this idea, but they go into the show and none of the sharks want to invest in it.
In cash, I know because I like to watch it flow. When I ask valuation, I want no hesitation. Are you worth $10 million? Hell no.
And that's oftentimes because the sharks don't think that the business owners themselves have the skills to turn that idea into a successful business. And so now if we take a step back and look at the whole wealth triangle again, we've got our high income skill, which is the first part that allows us to generate cash on demand. And then we build a scalable business that allows us to create more output for the same amount of effort. And so that scalable business starts generating passive income as well. Now that we have significantly increased our income on both sides, we can use that excess money to invest in high return investments, which is step 3 of the wealth triangle. Now in the video, Downlock describes a high return investment as an investment that can yield an annual return of 10% or more. However, as I mentioned earlier in this video, we are still very much at the beginning stages of step 2 of the wealth triangle, which is to build a scalable business. So looking for those high return investments is not really something that is a priority for us at this point of our career. Also, I don't really want to be giving any tips on where you should and should not be putting your money because this video is purely for educational purposes and should not be taken as financial advice. However, one high return investment that we can talk about and that we are prioritizing at this very moment is ourselves. By continuing to invest in ourselves and learning more skills, we will become more valuable in the marketplace and allow us to generate more income over time. Every month, we assign a $2,000 budget out of the profits of our video production business and reinvest it back into purchasing courses, mentorship, and also coaching. Because the more that we learn and the more that we improve, the more value we're able to provide to our clients going forward, and also the more value that we can provide to you guys through this YouTube channel. And so there you have it, the wealth triangle, the framework that I'm using to become a millionaire by the age of 35. With my videography skills. Now, whether I get to that millionaire milestone or not by the age of 35 is actually irrelevant to me. I don't really spend too much money day to day, so it's actually not that important for me to have $1 million in the bank. What I truly crave and what I'm pretty sure you truly want in life is freedom. The freedom to make your own choices, the freedom to not have to work a 9-to-5 that you hate, the freedom to travel and explore the world, and the freedom to spend time with your family and enjoy the little precious moments that life has to offer. For me, that's what working towards becoming a millionaire truly means. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell button to get notified every time we post a new video. On this channel, we're creating content around filmmaking, business, and self-development so that you not only become the best filmmaker that you can be, but also the best version of yourself. We also have a newsletter that you can sign up to, link in the description box down below, where we share some more insights, tips, and stories around our journey of how we went from complete beginners back in 2019 to running our own video production business full time. If you ever have any questions for us, feel free to just email us at jonoandjason@gmail.com. And with that, thank you guys again for watching. We will see you in the next video.